Welcome sa isa naman ka episodes ng DEADMAN Talking. Kag-excited ko subong sa aton guest. Kung ara ka into sports, kung ara ka into physical fitness, tsak to ginis para sa inyo ang guest ta subong nga episode 4 sang DEADMAN Talking. Isa ka endurance athlete na specialize sa triathlon, no? Bike, run, swim. Di ko na pagpadugayon pa, wala sang iban, si Coach Frunk. Thank you and welcome sa DEADMAN Talking. Si Coach Frunk isa man isa ka entrepreneur. If you are familiar sa Murcia sa Magdahos, may spot na sa nga Makahil. Kung into nature ka, gusto mo magbugtaw sa manami nga view, check nyo ang page ng Makahil. First question ako, Coach. Ano ang first love mo? Si bike, si run, o si swim?
Okay, tatlo gud sila tani. Galing when I started as an athlete, I was exposed to, I think, running it. The next phase, ginintroduce ko sa mother ko sa learn to swim. Sa bike naman, we started with BMX in early 1990s. It's more on the freestyle nga bisikleta. Sa una, wala pa kami na kaya idea about sa training. That's how I started in each different sports. That's why I become a triathlete, I guess.
Mamangkot ako. Sa BMX, nag-trick ka man sa una?
Okay. Actually, yes. May grupo, gigami sa una. Dito sa Bacolod, as far as I can remember, may unang grupo nga LR or Linear Radicals. More sila sa flatlands. So, magsiling ka trick mga manual 101, mga wili-wili na sa una. Tapos may ara naman mga tail whip, mga musina. So, gadidika, gigami na sa una. At a very young age, I think siguro that time, siguro mga 9 or 10 years old pa lang kami. Galer na kami magamusa na nga freestyle. Si
Coach Frunk, may-ari man ni siya nga project sa mga youth sa Magdahos. Ga-train isa sa mga locals dito. Can you tell me more?
So when I first started to establish dito sa Bukid Manamon nga area, every week ang wasinais gadlagan ko dito. Lagan ko sa trail, sa may drilling site. And siguro that time ang mga kabataan dito, mga lokal, na curious sila sa kung anong ginaobra ko. Dasan pa tapos there was one time nga nagfiesta, dasan pa tapos tigin pa organize ko nila nga palumba-lumba lagan. And to that point, may isa to ka athlete or isa to ka lokal gidang nga ranan nga siya gidang nadaog, gin-try ko siya hagad nga kung interesado sa maglagan-lagan. Nag-provide ko sa iya sang sapatos that time, sang bayo nga panglagan, so ginapod-upod ko na siya training. Fortunately, or sad to say, nagunta to dito ang mga kabataan kaya nagbalik na sa normal ang eskwela. But at the moment, I still continue this, I can say, philanthropic coaching. So when you say philanthropy, it's like I think it's more like giving back sa community with with your resources. So I coach right now athletes here and overseas. Dili ko like for example dili sa Pilipinas, I have athletes coming from Basilan, from Coronadal, from Camiguin, from Iloilo, from Cebu. So what I do is when I go to these places and I have a project for example for an event, and I try to engage with the local communities, may kaka-discover ko nga mga athletes. So what I do is lagi ko sila is I try to guide them, and if they believe what I'm teaching to them, so who knows, they can be the they can be the champion, or they can use their abilities, skills and talents nga makagraduate sila sa pag-eskwela nga libre because of their athletic performances.
Curious lang ko, Coach, kung for example may mapalapit sa imo, mapatrain ko be coach, may requirement kang ginutulok sila, hindi mo guro kaya, or ga-decline ka blang?
Sige, I started my coaching career, or a mentorship career since I think 2000 or 2001. So it's it's more than
20 years, sobra.
So that time may ara ko sang ginatawag nga I call it discernment. So when you say discernment, ang wasan is you have these skills that you can tell the difference and you can identify kung ano ang mga things nga dapat i-improve nga hindi makita sang iban. Okay. So, hindi man lang kaisa, hindi man lang kaduwa, kadamo na sa mga instances nga may kapamangkot ginasa ko nga coach, pwede ko na. Okay. Ang ginapamangkot ko sila is ano gid ang inyong goal? Most of the time, hangwa sa nice kun ako, for example, ang isa ko ni kagapamangkot sa ako, hindi na siya gusto, for example, mag-performing athlete. So when you say performing athlete, ang sa nice, these athletes are aiming for performance, gid. Are aiming to win, are aiming to be the best version sang ilang mga sports.
Lumakontest.
And there is this, natawag ko nga, athlete. When you say athlete, ang guys is nice, gusto niya fitness, gusto niya mag-weight loss, muna. So, I always go sa root na question is, anong inyong goal? And from that goal, ang guys is nice, may muna akong na structure. On that structure naman, I have this philosophy. So, I call it friends and periodization. Speaking of friends, friends is actually an acronym. Friends stands for frequency, recovery, R. I is your intensity, E is your environment, N is your nutrition, D is for your duration, and S is for your system. Frequency is how often do you train? Sa isa kasi mana, kapila ka mag-training. Recovery, so how do you recover? Number of hours when you sleep, or for a massage, or do you go for an ice bath? Intensity is how hard do you train? Set a limit, or we call it threshold, para marik mong benefits. Environment, sa din kaga-training. Anong hampangan mong lumba sa in 2 months time? Ano ni siya, uphill ni siya. So, you have to know the environment. Okay. N is for nutrition. As an athlete, may alat sa ginatawag nga fueling system naton. So, we have to know kung anong dapat natin kaunon in order for us para maka-perform ta. D is for duration. Ano ka dugay or ano ka dali ang imong training. And S is for the system, or we call it periodization. So, periodicize, not all the whole year round, ang imong fitness level, ma-maintain mo siya. Amo na siya kung sa coaching principle ko, Drako stick. I think running for me is the cheapest form of sports to discover a place where a vehicle or a bicycle cannot access. So, maski din ka magkadtong, kasi na, dala ka lang sa imong sapatos, pagkatapos, laganon na siya, walking mo na siya, hike mo siya, at least madiscoverhan mong isa ka lugar.
Yes. Paano na-set ang mind mo man nga mag-venture sa business?
I think, since bata pa ko, I already know how to do side hustles. Ang muna, duman ko sang elementary ko, hanggang sa una, uso ang mga comics ng mga ninja. So, ginabra ko na sa una, imagine at that time, siguro mga 7, 8 years old ko, irentahan ko na sa Tiangge, tapos iparentahan ko muna sa, o parkilan ko muna sa, so ara, nagid siya. So, galing hindi ko lang siya ma-define. And, high school naman, high school is, I do a lot of bookkeeping. Ako ubra sa bookkeeping, and they pay me para sa ilang bookkeeping nga subjects. College, learn to swim. So, I offer my services as a coach, and, ga-earn man ko. Moving forward, hindi magiging sila nga business graduate, tanan-tanan. Galing amo na namian lagi ko sang process nga mag-create sang source, and still not at the level sa ginalanta ko so, but I know da man ko pa kadto, and in order to become an entrepreneur on my part naman is everything I do when it comes to business, ang wa na is sports related gid siya tanan.
Angot siya Japon sa passion mo, no?
Angot gid sa Japon. Angot siya because ang wa na is I went back into organizing events. So it's still sports related. When I coach, clients, it's still sports related. And I have this place up in the mountains. Purpose actually, it's to become a training camp kag tanan-tanan. So it's sports related.
Is there an instance, coach, nga na-over fatigue or na-overuse mo body mo?
I remember, I think siguro 2016, Ironman Cebu. I think it's for me, jutaya naging ko to madala sa ER. Okay, because supposed to be ang wasa nice, hindi ka magpamasahe a day before sang imo nga lumba. Natabo to, nagpamasahe kuya, as in kasaligman ko bala nga kondisyon mo tanan-tanan. So ang natabo sa akon is pasugod pa lang sa swim, ang wasa nice na cramps ako, paglabot sa
pasugod pa lang.
Pasugod pa lang paglabot sa bike, ang wasa nice ang system ko hindi na magbaton sang nutrition. And paglabot sa run, natingala ang mga friends ko, mga fellow ko, mga teammates, ang tsura ko doon hindi na madrawing. So pag abot ka sa finish line, ang wasa na have a very low blood pressure. So pagkatapos, ako nga potassium nubo ang tanatanan. I think that's one of the point nga mamba ko nga na over fatigue ko wag tanatanan. So my advice personal ko nga experience, hindi gid magpamasahe before maglumba, especially sa endurance sports. As human as we are, sometimes ang guwasin is syempre ga create man ta errors. Pero from those errors, we learn from it, and sa next naton nga sabak sa aton nga competition, tanan tandaan naton para at least hindi ta magliwat sa motusod nga sitwasyon.
Para sa mga young aspiring athletes, any message or advice nga matag mo sila?
For the young and aspiring athletes, whether athletes like whether you're into chess, whether you're into volleyball, whether you're into basketball, multi-sport, swimming, or any sports, ang wasan is, for me, number one is to have the essence of discipline. One of my idols si Iron Mike Tyson, ang balya is discipline is doing the things that you hate to do but you're still doing it. In other words, ang wasan is, if you want to reap the benefits of waking up as early as 4 a.m. pero hindi ka gusto magbugtaw kaya alas 4 is grabe ka budlay i-manage ka magbugtaw kada pag Mayo ka asa natin kag tanan-tanan himuon mo siya. So discipline. Number 2 is consistency. You cannot win overnight. You cannot win in 2 weeks time, but who knows, you will win in 10 years time. In other words, ang wasina, just be consistent kung anong imo nga ginahimo. Number 3 is be passionate. Okay, be passionate sa imong sports. You love what you're doing. You love the process of improving. Whether it's you make errors, you make success. That's still part of the process. And ang gadinaog da or ang gakaperde da on each of their terms, ang wasina is they have learnings. So I think that's the top 3. So your discipline, okay, your consistency, and your passion towards imo sports.
Thank you, good coach. What keeps you busy sini nga mga inadlaw kag anything nga gusto mo i-plug or
okay, so okay. I'd like to thank sa aton nga venue subong located in Sitio Tambara. The place is called Mount Makawili Mountain Resorts, owned by Mr. and Mrs. Solatorio. So this is they have a swimming pool dito nga amenities. They have an overnight stay man dere. And we're very grateful nga diri ang aton nga venue yung ginalaw to din nila nga mag-conduct sang kay Mr. DEADMAN Gallardo nga program. Also, what keeps me busy is we have this Trilogy Run Asia event, also known as the Hoka Run. So that's one of my main project right now. So I'm handling 3 legs here in Western Visayas. Also, this coming October, the National Milo Marathon on October 27. So I'm also handling the event, and I went back into training for an Ironman event.
Hindi ka man gid busy.
Hindi mo gid busy. As what they say, padayon lang gid. Padayon and pagtuon. And
check nyo man ang iyang spot sa Makahil.
Yes.
Thank you man. Kita nyo man ang lugar. Thank you gid sa time mo, coach. Salamat. Kita mo kami na ito na. Especially ang mga aspiring athletes da. So, kung pwede nyo ma-search, ibutan ko da sa link later ang page ni coach if you do have questions. Kabay patalan tamin na ito na kay coach. So, thank you again. That's it for DEADMAN Talking episode 4. Thank you and ciao.